The Night Shift. The Whispers in the Walls. Michael had just started his night shift at the Burger King on the outskirts of town. It was a quiet, isolated location, surrounded by a dense forest that always seemed to cast long shadows. The place had an eerie atmosphere, but the pay was good and the work was easy. On his first night, the manager, Linda, warned him about the strange occurrences. "You might hear things," she said, her voice trembling slightly, "but it's just your imagination. This place plays tricks on you when you're alone." Michael shrugged it off, attributing her unease to overwork or superstition. As the clock struck midnight, Michael began to notice the odd noises. At first, it was just a soft scratching sound, like branches tapping against the windows. But when he checked, there were no trees close enough. He shook his head and returned to his cleaning duties, telling himself it was nothing. Around 2 a.m., he heard it again. This time it was a faint whispering, almost as if someone were standing right behind him. He spun around, but there was no one there. The dining area was empty, the chairs neatly stacked on the tables. The only light came from the flickering fluorescent bulbs overhead. Ignoring the growing unease in his stomach, Michael went to the storage room to grab more cleaning supplies. As he fumbled with the key, he heard the whispers again, clearer this time. They seemed to be coming from inside the walls. Michael. His name, softly spoken, sent a chill down his spine. He yanked the door open and flicked on the light. The room was empty, just shelves lined with boxes and cleaning products. He quickly grabbed what he needed and left, feeling the oppressive silence following him. The whispers continued throughout the night, growing louder and more insistent. They echoed in the empty kitchen, trailed him through the hallways, and seemed to seep from the very walls themselves. Michael's nerves were frayed, his hands shaking as he tried to focus on his tasks. Finally, around 4 a.m., he decided to take a break. He sat in the break room, sipping a cup of lukewarm coffee, when the lights suddenly went out. The darkness was absolute, smothering him. He fumbled for his phone, using the flashlight to find his way to the circuit breaker. As he made his way through the pitch-black restaurant, the whispers grew louder, more frantic. They seemed to surround him, pressing in from all sides. "Michael, help us!" He reached the circuit breaker and flipped the switch. The lights flickered back on, revealing something that made his blood run cold. Written on the walls in what looked like blood were the words, "Help us." Michael stumbled back, his heart pounding. He turned and ran, desperate to get out of the building. As he burst through the front door, he collided with Linda, who was just arriving for the morning shift. "Michael, what's wrong?" she asked, seeing the terror in his eyes. "The whispers, the writing, there's something in there," he gasped. Linda's face paled. "I told you this place plays tricks on you," she said softly. "You're not the first to hear the whispers. Many have, but no one has ever seen the writing before." Michael never returned to that Burger King. The whispers haunted his dreams, and he couldn't shake the feeling that whatever was trapped in the walls was still calling out to him.